want to go on a hike with me?
We're on a hike,
Yay! We're Aaron and Carly. We have dreams of living the dirtbag lifestyle one day and doing a long-distance thru hike. Think anywhere from 3 to 6 months hiking a single ribbon of trail, essentially living on trail. And so, this is our journey toward accomplishing that goal. Follow along and adventure with Affinity Forest as we explore the outdoors, give back to our communities, and learn that life, for us at least, truly is better when you're off the grid. Training hike number 5. It's 12:17. The ground is wet and smushy, and it's 44 degrees. And here we go. A little cold today. Aaron's getting his earmuffs on. It was 1:30. Still 44 degrees. And this guy says he's tired. He looks tired. So we're gonna go home and rest, watch football, and yeah. We'll catch you next time.
still at the apartment. I didn't have enough, apparently, hiking, so headed out the front door to a trail near our house. And here I am. It's about I think it's like 2:40, and I think my goal is to hike into the sunset. I've been doing some sunset time-lapse recording lately, so we'll just hike till sunset. As you're wondering about that Lego set donation, that was our annual Adopt a Child for Christmas gift donation. Normally we go to the mall and grab a couple of ornaments from a tree that represents a specific child with specific desires and needs, but this year I don't think that was happening. So Toys for Tots this year. Still a good program, just a little less specific. Glad to do that. It's been hard to find volunteer opportunities again this last couple months. Everything's kind of shut down again with the rising cases of COVID. So I think this time last year when I reflect, I think I was volunteering with the Positive Community Kitchen, and I was a food delivery driver driving through the rainy streets of Eugene. I remember that really well this time last year, and I'm still scrounging the internet and my organizations to see what's available for this month. I'm just not finding anything. So it may be clean up the canal by my neighborhood month again, and entertaining the idea of picking up dog poo, because it's an outcry at the apartments. People are not picking up their poo from their dogs, and I don't know, everyone's quite upset. I thought, I'm not picking up poo anymore because of Bella being gone, and boy do I miss a squishy bag of poo. Not really, but hey, volunteering for my community. Wasn't that festive? Time spent ambulating outdoors is such a perfect opportunity to reflect and listen to your mind and heart. For me, when I'm unplugged from the grid and on trail, I can really tap into myself. Approaching the river's edge at my turnaround point in my afternoon sunset hike here, it was time for some of my own contemplation. Feely feelings, my favorite. No, seriously though, they are my favorite. It's what I spent my time in college studying and my first career doing. I even have a framed poster of feelings that I bought straight out of grad school that lived in my work office for years and that now proudly lives in my bathroom. I imagine this year has pushed all of us to work on those feely feelings, most especially those harder ones like fear, anger, vulnerability, frustration, shame, guilt, and so on that we as humans tend to label with a negative connotation and avoid like, well, the plague. But feelings are just feelings. They are not good or bad, not negative or positive. They just are. They are joy and they are fear, one and the same. And boy, do we find all kinds of creative ways of suppressing those, quote, negative feelings, stuffing them, numbing them with all sorts of distractions, myself included. Today here, as I approach the river's edge, I decided to give those pesky, quote, bad feelings space and a chance to pass through, leaning into them, observing them with a sense of compassionate, loving kindness towards myself in the process, and then moving on. I decided to use a symbolic and tangible technique of holding a rock in my hands. And as the riverbank swirled around next to me, I was feeling the feelings of shame, guilt, doubt, fear, sadness, grief, anger. There was a bit of anger in there. And I placed those feelings through me and into the rock. When it was time, I sealed up the rock, and then dialing into my softball days, I wound up and pitched, or rather chucked that rock as far as I could chuck it into the river. Walking away, I truly felt lighter. As I walked on to the setting light toward home, I shifted my energy toward my gratitude list, which currently in written format is a whole page long. I'm even grateful for how much I have to be grateful for these days. I mean, right? Church of the Trees. I'm coming back for you. I spent the last half hour of my day taking in the fading light from a boulder I sat perched upon. While my camera here set about to capture the sunset in its time-lapse dance, I found my mind wandering to what it will be like if I were to be on my actual thru hike. How I would be pitching my tent, laying out my bed, making and eating my simple dinner, fighting off sleep a little longer to watch the sun set or the moon rise before finally giving in to my most likely tired body to rest. How I'd change into my warm, dry night sleeping clothes and then bunker down, bundled up into my tent for the night. As the sun set here today, my mind imagined the sun rising over my tent in the future and how I'd be heading out to hike the next day. Dear viewers, I simply cannot wait. Till then, happy trails, friends, and remember, life's better when you're off the grid.